Hello everyone, thank you for joining us. In this demonstration, we will guide you through some of the functionality of the LACES Suite's Library Manager, specifically for capturing and sharing standards and specifications as linked data. My name is Sander Stolk, Head of Innovation at Semtech, and for this demonstration, I'm joined by my colleague Gerrit Versteeg, one of our linked data consultants. The LACES Library Manager has a number of workspaces, which allow domain experts to capture important knowledge ranging from ontologies, software blueprints, product catalogs, to standards and specifications. Today, we will focus on the latter. Standards and specifications are often in the form of sets of requirements for objects or for activities, for instance. The LACES suite does not demand intrinsic knowledge of RDF and semantic web technologies in order to capture and publish information as linked data. The user interface allows anyone to easily perform the steps we will demonstrate today and to still take advantage of linked data technology for sharing that valuable information as a reference data library. Today, we will show how to capture requirements or specifications as individual linked data resources, how to view these, how to relate them or link them to relevant elements or external important elements from a reference data library elsewhere, how to collaborate on creating this content, and how to publish this information easily as linked data. To demonstrate this, I will hand over the floor to Gerrit.
Thank you, Sander. I will now show you how to use the SPL, the specifications library. This is what it looks like. On top, you can see the 5 tabs: content, remote sources, review, publications, and settings. And I will go through each of these tabs one by one to show you how they can help you with the capturing of requirements, starting with content. The content of the specification library is requirements. The goal is to capture every requirement as their own unique linked data resource that can be queried, as opposed to the document that they are usually stored in that is only readable by people. To do this, we see on the left a tab Sources and Model. In the Sources map, we can add PDF files. Requirements are currently often stored in existing standards that stores a lot of requirements in one document. And we can import this document and capture the requirements that are contained within them by simply selecting the text. And then on the right, a menu will pop up with what this selected text could be. And in this case, it will be a specification. So I click on specification and I can give it a name. And this is the text of the specification. That is the selected text from the document. And then I can edit to create the specification. And just like this, I can go through all the relevant specifications within this document and capture them and later use them for this project that we have. And if I go to the model view, then you can see all the requirements that we have captured. So right now, there's only one because we created only one. And we created this with a PDF view. But we can also import existing requirements that are already structured, or we can create them manually by clicking here on Add Individual Specification. So now I can create one of my own with a desirable name and the text that I want the requirement to have. So these are the ways to create specifications. Like I said, a common way is to create them using the PDF file that's already containing them. And if you do this, we are working on an AI implementation that could automatically classify the requirements within a document. This is not a feature that is already available to users, but they can request it and we can do it. And we hope to release it in the near future. And then its output would look something like this. So here, all the document is the whole document is processed and all the requirements are captured. Like this is the one we just created manually or by selecting the text, and now the AI tool created it. And if we go to the model view, here you can see all the the requirements again. But to give a more clear overview, we can also toggle the table view, and then you can see all of them in a table. And if we click here, you can select the columns that you want to show with the information that you want to see. And you can even select a filter. So if I want only the requirements that contain the word motor, then I can select it using this and filter the results. So now we have created the requirements, we have captured them, and maybe now we want to link them to remote sources. So maybe there are libraries available that have captured reference data of objects within that are relevant for these requirements. So then we can link them to this published database. And we can do that to go to the Remote Sources tab and click on Link OTL. Right now, I already have one available here, and this is a published data set that contains objects from a motor, and it's available as linked data. So now I have linked to the library, but now we want to link individual requirements to individual objects from this, to objects of this OTL. So we can go to the content, and just to show you a brief example, right here I have a requirement that is about the cooling system of a motor. So now if I click here on the plus sign, I can select the library that I want to connect it to, and here I can go to the specific object that is relevant for this requirement, and in this case it would be the cooling fan. And now you see that they are linked together. So this is how you can link data from multiple libraries together. Another important feature of the specification library is the collaboration between users. So if I go to the settings page and go to users, then here you can see the list of all the users that are working within this library. I can add new ones here if I want to by clicking this button. And on the right, I can select the viewer, the user levels. Based on the task that each user has, I can make sure that they have the proper level and not more or less functionality than they need. So these are the people that are working on the data. So if I want to see what's been modified and captured within the data, I can go to the Review tab, and I can see everything that's been done within this library by which person and when. And if needed, I can revert back to a previous state of this library, and I can write comments about specific objects. So if one object needs some extra attention, we can discuss it together and make sure that it is properly created. And then once all the information is ready, then we can go to the Publication tab, and we can simply click on Update if there's already a previous version of the database available, or we can click on New Publication to publish the data as linked data and make it so that the information that we captured is available and can be queried using the standardized query language Sparkle. And this will allow users to retrieve the information that they need and apply it in the ways that they need to for their project. So this is what we wanted to show you about the specification library. The main message is that it's a user-friendly tool to capture requirements and specifications. And because it's user-friendly, it can be used by domain experts. And instead of focusing on the technical aspects of creating linked data or how to use this software, they can focus on what's really important. And that would be the quality of the requirements. So for now, I want to thank you for your time. Of course, there's more to say about the specification library, but for now, I hoped it was interesting. And if you are intrigued and you found it interesting, you can always contact us for more information using the following contact details. But for now, I want to thank you for your time.